Ooga fucking ooga cunts. Welcome to Premature Vivification. We're short Roy right now, but instead we have Irate Bear, so it balances out. We got enough Brit. Right now we also got Lo-Fi from the Proper Villains. Lo-Fi, tell people who you are before Bear gets back.
Hello, I'm from the Proper Villains. I'm Lo-Fi.
There we go. See, they're a very efficient people, Dutch.
Yeah,
No
don't.
for a
Not
long
much to say. The Proper Villains is fucking shit. Fuck that show. I'm looking for a new show.
The Proper Villains is a fucking amazing show. You have three very talented hosts. Obviously, there's you, Lo-Fi. There's your friend Zell, and then there's Brockus. It's just that Antoine guy. He's a fucking weak link. You gotta cut him out entirely.
I know, we're trying.
Start a completely new show. You can do it on the cunt stream. We'll take you in.
I'm glad.
We will take in anybody who needs to escape Antoine. You can call the cunt stream Sanctuary.
I humbly accept your offer. It's very sweet of you.
Yeah, see, it's not just that Antoine's that he's terrible. He's the unentertaining type of terrible. He's got that dry British accent, but he lacks the dry British wit.
So what you're saying is that he's bad. He's bad for business, and he's the creator of the business. Everything's breaking down.
Exactly. He's making the rest of you look bad. Every time you go on the Proper Villains, he makes you look like a piece of shit.
I know.
What you need to do is do away with him loudly and publicly. You need to let the world know that Antoine is a piece of shit, and you, Lo-Fi, do not stand for it.
Antoine, you homunculus piece of shit. You can't control me anymore. I'm a free Dane. Like the Viking ancestors.
Yeah, you hear that, Antoine? You Lo-Fi, you're fucking done.
I am. I'm very done. I quit.
You heard it here, cunts. Lo-Fi has quit the Proper Villains. On Monday, we got Zell and Brockus starting Love Your Mondays. We'll show they're going to be doing on the cunt stream. I took your team, Antoine. The fuck are you going to do about it? Not a goddamn thing.
We can't do anything if he's too scared to fight.
Yeah, I think he would be too scared. That's a traditionally British trait.
It is. It's exactly. And you're a mighty purple gorilla, and he's a tiny man, a tiny child.
He is a very, very small man. You can hear it in his voice. Yeah. He never seen him. Will likely never see him. Because, of course, he's too much of a pussy to come and fight somebody of my vast bulk. But you can hear in his voice that he is a tiny, tiny man.
He's about a toddler. He can barely lift his pacifier.
And see, you, Zell Brockus, I don't understand how you got wrapped up with such a pathetic specimen.
It's a huge story of a lot of debt to the wrong people. You know, one of these rich guys, and we owed him a lot of money, and he had this kid who really wanted his own show.
Okay, I understand. You owe the old man, so you feel like you gotta help out the kid.
Yeah, it was that or whoring our bodies out. So now we are whoring our voices out.
We've got Reading Ren in the chat. She says, I don't think the cunt stream is paying attention to chat. Well, you're fucking wrong, Ren. You piece of shit.
I'm fucking too.
And then I am Cancer. Wait, I just noticed it says Premature Vivification number 2. Did I miss number 1? Yes, you did. It was 2 weeks ago, I think.
It was the one before this one in the series.
Exactly. The one immediately before this one.
And I'm back.
There we are. We got Irate Bear. We're filling our British quotient.
Yes. There you go. There you go. So Schmeckle, why am I here? Why did you want me on the cunt stream?
You're just such lovely company, Irate Bear.
Mm-hmm.
It's just always so nice to have your presence.
Mm-hmm. You'll forgive my suspicion.
Well, I mean, I could be luring you in for some surprise blood sports, but it's way too early in the morning for that.
Maybe, but isn't the Kumite on right now?
Yeah, I have no idea how Tonka manages to do that early in the morning every morning. Yeah.
Yeah, well, soldiers on through it, don't he? 4 hours plus.
Yeah, sometimes far more than 4 hours. Today they're going all day, I think.
Damn.
They got a bunch of fights lined up.
Well, I know Sophane's going on. I can't remember what the other 2 bouts are on.
So not what Badgers versus Medicare. Is that not today?
Medicare is going up, I think, against 2 people, and
yeah,
then
the honey
there's
badgers.
Sophane.
Oh, what the fuck they're called? Fuck that. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I have no idea who the fucking honey badgers are. I remember the name from like a year ago. But yeah, it could be them. I'm sure it'll be an interesting fight. Medicare is nothing if not entertaining.
Ah, yeah, every time.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So, if you really are trying to lure me in to some kind of a big argument or fight or something, I'm going to fly to Canada and snag that fucking hair off your head.
Paste it onto your own scalp?
Yes, I need the hair.
I'm not so much into the early morning blood sports. If I'm going to do something like that, I'll lure you in at night.
Oh, okay.
It'll be much different offers to get you here.
Okay.
There'll be no candy involved. There'll be whips and chains.
Bloodwing wants me to say hello to you for a live from the Irate Bear stream.
I have no idea who that is, but it is. Hello.
You know who Bloodwing is, don't you?
Oh, wait, yeah. The old guy.
Yeah, the old man.
Yeah. It's been a long. There are a lot of names on the internet. Some of them are bound to slip.
Yeah, I'd agree. So why am I here then?
We were gonna have a serious conversation about another serious topic like we did last week. I forgot when I was booking it that I had a bunch of shit to do today, so it's just a laid back stream.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, let's try not to be too chilled out. I do want to entertain my audience as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. One thing I was looking at, it's on that Roy's not here. Apparently, there's been another shooting in the States.
Yes, there has.
Yeah, some kid offed his parents in his dorm room.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, that was Michigan State, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's I mean, we got a Brit, a Dutch, and a Canadian here. What are Dutch gun laws like?
Dutch? I'm Danish.
Oh, are they not the same thing?
No.
All right. What are Danish gun laws like?
Own a gun, go to prison. We don't have school shootings.
Yeah, they there seems to be a correlation there.
Could appear so.
I mean, for some reason, the less gun laws you have, the more gun violence you have. And I'm not going to say that there's causation there, but I think we can agree that there's at least a correlation.
I just that tiny bit, maybe. It's definitely more difficult to shoot someone if you don't have the right to have a gun and get arrested.
Yeah, I mean it definitely makes it a little harder, at least, to go out, get a gun, and off somebody. Because I mean, you don't have school shootings there. The UK hasn't had one since they banned handguns, and Canada, I can't remember the last fucking school shooting we had.
We had one in 1994, so that's a while ago.
Yeah, that's a good span of years to not have a bunch of kids mowed down.
Yeah, it's been decades for us as well. Are you familiar with British gun laws?
Not overly.
To own a gun in the United Kingdom, you have to go through stringent vetting process, and you also have to have a good reason to own one as well. You can't just say, I want one. You can't just, say, oh, I want to own a gun. It's for me. It's for protection of my family. You actually have to have a reason that falls under their guidelines. And you have to be, you're interviewed, your background checked. It takes a long, long time to get hold of a gun. That didn't stop the 6,000 gun crimes in 2015, though. So,
no, but it definitely kept those numbers down.
Oh, I would say that it's not the easiest thing to get hold of a gun. The problem with what we have here in the UK is knife crime. Knife crime is massive here. It's becoming more and more of a problem as time goes on, to be honest. Yeah,
and that is something that a lot of people bring up. If they don't have a gun, they'll to kill. But yeah, acid attacks. There's a fucking reason acid attacks have gone up.
Yeah, well, we all know the reason for that. But knife crime is primarily like urban, primarily an urban issue.
Well, yeah, if they don't have the guns, they'll find other ways to get shit done. But that doesn't mean it doesn't make sense to remove the more powerful weapon to take it out of the wrong hands, even if it means some people don't get to have their gun.
Well, I mean, if we're edging towards gun control in a argument or debate or anything like that, and we're speaking about America specifically, I don't think that Americans would ever part with their guns.
Oh no, it's not something that could ever be done at this point.
Yeah, and even if they were willing to part with their guns and hand them in through amnesty, there's still more guns than people in the United States. So I don't think that that would help the case, to be honest.
No, I think trying to take away their guns would lead to large amounts of violence.
Yes,
gun violence, oddly enough. But if they had been raised differently, I guess, if the country had been more similar to say Canada or the UK, if the gun laws at least had been more along those lines, you wouldn't see the gun violence that you do see there.
Yeah, obviously, admittedly, if they weren't allowed guns, then school shootings probably wouldn't happen at all.
Exactly, which is why you got to find that middle ground. You got to find the amount of control that you can assert over them without causing an uprising, essentially.
Mm.
And there doesn't seem to be anybody really pushing for that. It's no guns or all guns.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. There's never any kind of compromise ever trying to be reached with anything, really, especially guns.
Exactly.
All I know is that usually with these school shooters specifically, and just speaking about gun school shooters, they were usually on some kind of watch list first. And the FBI didn't do their job. And they were waving a gun around on social media quite a lot as well prior to doing it. I think if social media had been a thing at the time of Columbine, you know, we would have seen that all over Facebook or whatever. Because they film themselves and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, and most of these people are on watch lists. So if the FBI did the fucking job, then maybe it wouldn't be that much of an issue.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of failings there, as well as with who actually gets a fucking gun in the first place. But what do you do there in those situations where, yeah, they're waving the guns around? They're clearly not fit to have a gun, but they've been issued and sold a gun. They've gone the legal route, and they haven't actually committed a crime yet.
Well, there's the red flag laws, aren't
there? Red flag laws? I'm not familiar with that.
Red flag. I don't know whether it's actually in legislation yet or not, but it's something Trump spoke about this week regarding guns. So basically, if you let's say you and me live together, and then you notice my behavior getting a little bit erratic, and I start behaving like a bit of a loony and start making dodgy threats with guns and stuff like that, you can inform someone that I've been acting that way, and then the police can come and take away my right to own a gun and any guns that I have before I've even committed the crime. Now that's pretty much unconstitutional, and probably I don't know whether that would even be allowed to happen in the first place.
It's not going to be allowed to happen without due process.
Yeah, this is something Trump was speaking about, saying "fuck due process, we'll do it after," which I was very surprised to hear him say, to be honest. But I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Republicans' necks when he said that. They all had to do a double take.
Yeah, even I was like, huh?
And I'm not against the red flag. I'm not against the red flag idea. I think let law-abiding citizens shoot whatever the hell they want and use whatever the hell they want to protect themselves, as long as we're talking about firearms exclusively. And when it comes to the red flag laws, I don't know. I just, most of the time I just find myself having to use the defensive. Apparently, I'm a really, really, really dumb American, because when I heard red flags and that being introduced into legislation, I just thought, that's not a thing. And why? Because I'm not against it. I'm against people being stripped of their due process, but I'm not against, then maybe things like this could have been stopped without having to, I think, take away our Second Amendment rights. It's always good to have, I don't see anything wrong with the idea.
I feel like there would be counter arguments against it. Probably slippery slope fallacy arguments as well, to be honest. Comparing it to other instances and stuff like that, like removing all the knives in your house, for example. Even your kitchen knives. I mean, how far do you want to go with it, really?
We actually had that in Denmark, because we have that red flag law with the knives go over the top, where you couldn't travel. Like if you forgot a work knife, a tiny one in your car, that was enough to get arrested, because it went too far. Just in the other end, and the same with if you carry your kitchen knife, for any reason, like you technically, according to Danish law, you're not allowed to remove it from the kitchen because it's a kitchen knife and such. That's when it went completely. Then it was under the red flag rule and such. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, so it could get out of hand.
And then conversely, though, I'm sure there's a Republican or a very hard right leaning person out there that has enough argumentative skills where they could put Irate, Schmeckel, and even myself through the ringer, as far as maybe even having us sort of contemplate, well, yeah, then why not have bombs? Like the slippery slope can go both ways, if that makes any sense. I know the Second Amendment, it was clear about firearms, but I'm just saying, like, I've heard the slippery slope extend the other way too, of like, well, then why can't you use anything to defend yourself? And then why can't you be armed with anything? And then it's just like, so it's always going to be tough. I mean, you're never going to avoid this, but I think you can still like trudge through the mire of these slippery slopes and still do the very best you can to, at the end of the day, the Second Amendment still means something and it still applies to law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, and for those watching, don't get it twisted. I'm pro Second Amendment. I'm pro American Constitution. I support your rights to have guns. I'd very much like to own a gun as well, to be honest.
Same.
It's just when school shootings happen, they're obviously very, very heartbreaking things. They're children, and obviously there's obviously we can't include gun crime statistics in this because the majority of gun crime is committed by criminals with illegally bought guns, especially within the black community in America. So I have no answer for it. I literally have no answer at all.
I think you're probably right there with most Americans then. As far as like, I have no answer, but so long as the Second Amendment gets respected and doesn't get tossed out the window, because I don't think that'll ever happen in America.
No. To even attempt it would end in mass bloodshed.
But the only difference is that people like us that talk about it versus the people versus most other Americans who still like, they really don't have an answer. Not a lot of us have an answer to it. Unfortunately, there's a ton of Americans that can make us look pretty bad as a nation because they just pretend to have an answer, or it's just really popular in this country right now to go one way or the other, like, with the full pedal on the metal.
Yeah, you have trouble staying in the gray areas and just going either that or this, not in the middle. Never think about both sides.
Yeah, because like if I want to talk about, for example, like, okay, let's say Irate Bear was an American. There's certain things.
My fantasy comes true.
There's certain things I've heard Irate Bear say where I know plenty of Americans would be like, "You fucking cuck leftist," and there's plenty of other things I've heard Irate Bear say where I know plenty of Americans who'd be like, "You're a Nazi," and that's just when it comes to him acknowledging certain arguments pertaining to guns. And so it's really popular in this country right now to do that. And so people like me can't, I can't be like, yeah, I think you should be able to defend yourself with firearms. And it's also, I think, always going to be important to scare your government a little bit. I think that's America through and through, is for the people to have a little bit of that. Yeah, but we could put up a hell of a fight if not win. And I think that's very America. And then at the same time, I can also say stuff like, yeah, why don't we have red flag laws? Like but both those statements to most Americans, they would seem to contradict each other. They don't have to.
No, I don't get why you would be against the red flag laws either, because it's I can see it's
unconstitutional is what it is. It's Minority Report level, justice. It's taking away shit before something bad happens, and and it could be argued either way, as well. And I really, on one hand, I'm like, well, maybe that we probably should have, seen the red flags and taken stuff, guns or whatever away from that person. But at the same time, the FBI should have also done their fucking job.
Yeah, that's the
like watching the fucker.
Like, if everyone had done their job as whether it was a government entity or not in this country when it came to the Florida shooting, if everyone had done their job in being a sensible person, this probably would not have happened. Probably not at all. But so that's a good argument too, because then it's like, okay, so we have everything from a government level agency to just civilians not doing their job. And our solution to this is, give more power in the deciding factor to the government level level agencies. Let's give more power to them to do more of what, not their job. Like
true.
this, what it comes down to is like, at the end of the day, you just have to say, that's great and all, guys, but none of this shit works if you don't do it. This shit don't work. You get the Florida shooting if you don't do the shit that's on the fucking papers, you know?
I don't have the answer to it. Americans should be able to have their guns wholeheartedly, and they should. Well, I don't want people to. I fucking hate the ANCAP argument. You know, you should be able to buy nukes. No, no. I think most rational people just like no. But people owning AR-15s or whatever else, and it's part of the economy at the end of the day as well. It's not just a case of a constitutional right; it's also very much a part of the economy because the arms trade is big business. But I have no answer. I mean, I've heard people suggest hiring those veterans to protect schools, stuff like that, which I don't think is an entirely bad idea, to be honest. There's plenty of.
You got to make sure you get the right veterans. You don't want the ones that shell shocked.
Well, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, would Americans be against? I doubt Americans would be against it. Actually, especially the red states. Would they be against having a government program that takes homeless veterans and all the veterans that are unemployed, works them through any issues like PTSD or anything like that, and then trains them up again, puts another uniform on them, and puts them to work?
I still see another dozen issues arising. I could foresee if that got put into action tomorrow. I could foresee 5 years from now we top the records we have right now as far as like another crazy mass shooting. I could see it still happening because again, to most Americans as well, the main issue is still not being tackled, which is like, why would people in our country want to do this? And so frequently that they do it as frequently as they do. And again, it's just like, I don't know, like it's ice skating uphill at this point, or it's the same point that's been made over and over again. It's like, I don't want anything to happen with the Second Amendment because I think I recognize why it's important, and all I can do is just keep screaming like, yeah, but at the end of the day, did the fuckers that were supposed to do the job anyway, did they do it? No. Okay, so we're in that shit heap, no matter what.
$5 donation from Diesel Dave. The answer is simple: mental health checks to get your FOID card. Thank you.
Sorry, that's my job.
Thank you very much. I'm getting really annoyed with the mental health thing. To be honest, I'm really, really getting angry with people suggesting that all people with mental health problems are going to go. If we got hold of, I'm mentally fucking deranged myself. I have been for years.
I wouldn't want you having a gun.
No, give me a gun. I'll be all right. It's this idea that people with mental health problems won't be safe with a gun.
Well, mental health, like as a term, is a very like generic, broad terminology. Well, yeah. I mean, it's sort of like this. It's an all-encompassing thing, and it can be abused very heavily if if the wrong people are in charge of managing how to tackle mental health. And
we already do that in this country, though. Unless you're talking about you don't like that it's already being done.
Yeah, well, sort of. I mean, like I said, like the term itself is a very broad term, and I feel that it's going to be used in a very all-encompassing way. In other words, so let's just say mental health, and then so what do you mean by mental health? They say, well, I mean things like men's issues and other. I'm just saying that if it's something that's as broad as just a simple term, it can be abused in some form or another.
And then you brought up a really great point, Samaj, as to why there's a lot of Americans that swing the other way. They don't want to. They live by that edict of give the government an inch, they'll take a mile, and so they lay more on this, which I tend to have more respect for, but they lay more on this like the less regulation we can do about this Second Amendment issue, the better, because there is that like. You'd have to be a dummy not to see that our government isn't itching to solve the gun crisis in a like the one thing that's being made up that I will say it's just fake news is that if anyone in any other country aside from the US thinks that our country, our government wants to just settle a nice little, let's do like nice little soft agreements to just improve how everything. If you think our government doesn't want to just get their foot in the door so that they can see what the next thing is to take away, and the next thing is you're smoking from a bad pipe, dude. Like that's exactly what's happening. So that's why so many Americans, we get a bad outlook too from so many other countries, because it's like, why are they so hot-headed over this issue? Well, we're hot-headed because our campuses are full of dumbass future Americans that think a phrase like ban all semi-automatic weapons is just totally understandable. And it's like, that's our future leaders, that's our future government. Our government is pandering to those people. This isn't like, this is where I start to side a little more with Steven Crowder, in that it's obvious to me our government isn't looking to make a nice little handshake. They want this done. Do you think our government would go about doing it by stripping us all of our firearms tomorrow, or would they take baby steps? And that's make no mistake, that's what's going on.
And to jump in quickly, point curation with the £2 donation. Struggling with mental health is not a reason to avoid accountability. It is not a reason to deny another accountability. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
True. At the same time, though, I struggle with depression enough myself to where I don't want a firearm near me. I've never shot a firearm. When I've had firearms near me, I get very uncomfortable. I never want to purchase one. That's a terrible idea for me, because if I have a really bad day, from how I know my psyche is, I'd never hurt anyone else in a million years, but I definitely could see myself just doing something crazy one day, and then I'd have the power to do it, like, instead of just having to go to my room and sulk for a while. So that's me taking responsibility right there. I don't want that thing near me, but I shouldn't be able to strip anyone else of that right. It's difficult, but I can't.
Apparently, White House on lockdown. Workers take cover after U.S. Secret Service agent reports shots fired. Let's have a quick look to see whether that's today. Just need to make sure. Yes, that's today.
Holy shit!
Yeah, the White House is on lock. The White House is on lockdown after a man shot himself on the North Lawn. Staffers dashed to safety as Secret Service officers descended onto the scene in Washington. Donald Trump was not at the White House when it happened, as he is at the Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida, but has been briefed. The man has not been identified and is not yet known how seriously he was injured.
So hold on a second. It's just a guy who shot himself?
Yeah, that's a bad assassin. That is just terrible.
From the Secret Service Twitter account, breaking Secret Service personnel responded to reports of a person who allegedly suffered a self-inflicted gunshot wound along the north fence of the White House. Damn.
Wow. Maybe he was really disappointed tourist and just saw the White House and went, that's fucking shit.
Maybe.
If you're gonna go out and you want to make the news, that's one way to do it.
I never
do it on the president.
I never understood that argument of like they want to be talked about, they want to be big, they want to be the next big thing, and I'm like, well, then why don't they like stick around for it? Like, otherwise you're dead. You're not going to be able to enjoy any of this.
Chat more brings up a good point in my chat. You could make the same argument about pills or your car with the garage door down, though. You just have to give access to those things to someone else until your depression lessens. Using mental health as any kind of argument in the gun debate annoys the shit out of me. Maybe not sell an AR-15 to someone who has been sectioned and is known for being extremely violent. Maybe not sell guns to people with severe autism or Down syndrome, but people like me who probably has ADD, definitely has dyspraxia, depression, anxiety, that type of stuff. Yeah, sell me a gun. Because why not? I should be able to fucking protect myself, shouldn't I?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's like also just another example of personal responsibility. I know about certain days I've had in my life. I know about never wanting to repeat them. And I also know that I wouldn't be here today if I was granted something like a gun on one of those days.
Yeah,
so
but
I know that, and I have to take
like someone in my chat is bringing up right now. Someone that really wants to kill themselves would do so whether they have a gun or not, and men especially are exceedingly proficient at it.
No, not necessarily, because you got to take into account this isn't an ongoing thing. Like, I don't know if you guys caught on to this or not, or the people. No. I'm talking about my situation and what they said. Like, if they want to commit suicide, they're going to do it. What I'm saying is, to answer to that, I don't know if anyone's caught on in the chat or on stream yet, but I'm not trying to kill myself right now. I deal a lot with like major fluxes of deep dives in depression, and I have a strong enough resilience to like know how to get through those moments. They're moments. If you got a giant piece of metal that's built to put other smaller pieces of metal straight through you in a second, it lessens your chance of making it through that moment. It's not a very bright idea for somebody who can dip so low. If they suffer exactly how I do and want to surround themselves with a firearm, go for it. But I know that for me, if it was an all-day thing, oh yeah, I would have run the Olympics on how to kill myself. But it's all about getting through those moments for some people.
Yeah, but you obviously don't want people's rights infringed upon.
No,
not your own. But you fully
Absolutely.
understand that it's not a good idea for you personally.
Yeah, I don't want them near me, and that's a choice. Like, I don't want them near me at all, but
that's fair enough.
That doesn't mean like I think the more liberal mindset would be, or the leftist mindset would be, if I were more left leaning, then I would take my stance on guns like that, and then I would adopt the conclusion of like, so therefore no one should have them. I think that's more of a left leaning mindset than it is a right. A right leaning mindset, or a bit centrist, is more of like, yeah, I don't want them, but I don't care what you do. You should still have the right. That's a bit more liberal, if anything.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, trying to bring up mental health as a fucking thing, I'm just saying it pisses me off.
It's because it's an easy go-to. That's easy to just jump on.
It is. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think male suicide, specifically in America, through the use of guns, was incredibly high in 2016. I did do a video on this actually. I believe the numbers were above 40,000, but the main way of committing suicide was through a gun. However, people's mental health is not the responsibility of others. And it's up to you as a person with mental health problems, like things like depression, for example, to work your way out of it.
Yeah, I just sound tired as fuck right now. Like, I didn't mean to set off the chat into a flurry of like, is this guy okay? Like, no, I've had years of experience with a therapist, now a neurologist. I know my stuff about what to do about my condition. This isn't I'm making it sound, I guess, a lot more chance driven than it should be. But I definitely still, at the end of the day, I don't want a gun near me, because what if I have, let's say, that episode that I remember from 10 years back? Who cares? Like, I want to make it through that moment, So I didn't mean to set off like a fire in the chat.
It's very depressing as well.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Just the topic of depression. It's not a very bright topic.
Yeah. And then the stream died.
Yeah.
We all killed ourselves. It's fine.
I did want to say, because I came in here, I'm usually quiet so I can know what the topic is, because I just saw that Schmeckel sent me the link and all that. But on the topic of like guns, and I know it's being brought up a lot because of all these mass shootings and like in schools and all that. That's a relatively new thing. I mean, guns have been in American culture and all that for a very long time, but mass shootings like what we're seeing here, that's new. And that's something that I think that when you say like some say that mental health might be a factor, maybe, but I mean, I think a lot more investigation needs to go in there. And I think it has something a lot more to do with what's going on in the culture right now, or maybe even the family households. Because I mean, with some of these shooters, a lot of people like to say, "Oh, it's video games." Well, obviously that wasn't the case. And then prior to that, it was like, "Oh, violent movies and television." Well, obviously that also wasn't the case. So there's something else going on in society and all that. And mental health is a broad term. Maybe it's not necessarily, not in the right direction, or maybe it is in the right direction. I don't know. I don't know what the right direction would be. But I mean, society does need to address this in some form or another.
I would say like those like to surmise this issue. Are you mentally healthy if you do what these mass shooters have done? No. Guess what? You're also not mentally healthy on paper if you have obsessive compulsive disorder. Mm-hmm. These aren't the same things, though. We're not talking about the same kind of illness mentally. We're not talking about the same kind of disturbances. So that's where the umbrella gets you in trouble. That's why I think Irate and Samaj might have an issue with this, because then again, it is that grouping term, and then it's like, oh, you have you pick scabs too much osis, okay, you don't get a gun, and you're like, what? Like, I just picked what?
The general person just doesn't have the, I don't know, I don't want to sound smug, but can't be asked to learn the difference. So when they hear mental ill, that's easier to cover, just so you can't do that if you're mental ill, than describe all the illnesses, which is, of course, fucking stupid, and they should, because you can't lunge everything under same thing.
Yeah. Unless a psychiatrist says you are not fully compos mentis, you have agency.
Yeah.
End of chat.
But that's not what the general people, they just hear. That's just a huge stigma with mental illnesses, just to say, yeah, well, I have a mental illness, and just like, okay, you are insane. No, calm your tits. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying.
I agree. I don't really like talking about guns, to be honest.
It might also depend.
I don't because to me, like, and again, this might sound a little smug coming from me, so sorry, Lo-Fi, to double down on that shit. But for me, the gun debate, it's a really short debate. I don't think much talking. Like, to me, it's a very short discussion. It's not a very long one. It's just all you do is like you talk about something that's okay. You've talked about all the points in 5 minutes, and then the rest of the 45 minutes of that gun debate is just now listen to all the salt. Listen to everybody on both sides get salty, and it's like you've already addressed everything that needs to happen. That's it.
I mean, I think there's some might say it's conspiracy theory to say that the government's trying to take away your guns. I think that there is some merit to that claim, in that, without that, the government can really do whatever they want, which is part of the reason why you have that, Second Amendment. I think it's the Second Amendment. I'm not American, so I don't know. But I do think it is kind of important to have guns as, self-defense, if anything else. Yeah. Like, I remember hearing about. You guys heard about that guy who works for Rooster Teeth, Gavin Free, and
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, one of his fans broke into his house. He was going to kill him and possibly his girlfriend.
Yeah,
and they hid in the closet. And I'm like, if you guys had a gun, that may not have gone that way. I'm not sure.
I mean, yeah, they very nearly avoided a really violent situation.
Yeah.
They got lucky.
They did.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your conversation. I still need to wake up some more, so I just want to say happy birthday, Schmeckel. He's gone? Is he gone right now?
Good timing, Sal. Good timing.
Fuck you, Schmeckel. I'm glad you're a
Fucking
little
worst
older.
host ever.
I'm fucking. Oh, there he is. Okay, happy
Guys,
birthday,
stepped away for a
Schmeckel.
smoke.
I
Thank
love
you.
you, buddy. But yeah, happy birthday, man. And I'm gonna go get some McDonald's and then enjoy some blood sports. You guys, this is gonna be a good day. Nice little Bloodapalooza.
No depression for Sal. Don't shoot yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna
Don't
make this
off
sound way
yourself.
darker than it needs to be. Don't go
Buy
there.
a water gun instead.
I'm
I love
an
you,
okay
Sal.
guy. I just
put
like
acid
the
in it.
guns.
Sal is good. He's a lovely guy. He's very sexy.
I
His
swear
ass
I
is-
laugh way more than this usually. I'm just fucking tired. I gotta get some
Zell,
food.
you buy a water gun, put some acid in it, and have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Do
That's
as
a
we
good
always do.
That's a great idea. You can yell
it's not.
Aloha Akbar while you do it.
This is the opposite of a great idea. This is a terrible idea.
Just get your Islam out of you in one fell
Okay.
swoop.
All right. Thanks, Lo-Fi, for making things worse. Thank you for that so much.
Love you, Sal.
Yeah. Go ahead and punch Schmeckel for me.
Happy
Like,
birthday,
what?
Schmeckel.
Like
Happy
39
birthday,
times?
Schmeckel.
Are you 39 years old, Schmeckel? You look 40 right there, buddy. You okay?
I'm 25, believe it or not.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
you little baby. Okay, I'll see you
I'm
later.
30 in 20,
What?
well, 18 days, and I look younger than you.
Oh my God, Smeckle. You
Wait a
age
bit, young.
horribly.
Well, I
I
think
did not age well.
you lived a very, from what you've told me, you've lived a rather colorful lifestyle, and that led,
I used to have a lot of fun. Yes.
yeah, and that put some miles on the good old ticker. So
Yeah, it made me age a little quicker.
yeah. Maybe this will lead to better health later on. Better life choices.
Yeah, exactly. I'll start making better choices tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I guess it is your birthday. You get the freedom to do whatever the fuck you want. I guess.
Yeah, within limits. Yeah, you can only use that as an excuse to a certain point in life, and I think I passed that at 12.
Yeah, that could be. So, what other things you get like special privileges on your birthday? I mean, will the missus say, "Okay, one time
In the bum.
you can have a
No, she's fine with that. That's not just a once a year thing.
It's not special then, is it?
We have fun on
No,
my
it's
birthday.
worth
It's
nothing
not
now.
special once it's normal.
Oh, that's sad.
It's the type of thing where I could ask, we could do it, but I mean, we could just have regular sex too.
All right,
But no, on my birthday, we do have fun. We won't go into.
Does it involve
we'll
a pipe and some little crystallized cocaine by any chance, or?
No, since we had the kid, we don't have any. We don't have that type of fun anymore.
Oh,
Aw.
but it is your birthday.
Oh, we might get some mushrooms soon.
Oh, okay.
That'll
Well, Ben
be-
Master in my chat says happy birthday, and there was another happy birthday as well from Laz GMR, I believe it was. Yeah,
thank both of you.
there you go. Naked live stream.
naked live stream.
Naked live stream.
I don't know, man.
Come on, Samaj. You didn't participate in the last one. You got to participate in this one.
I'd fucking tweet a picture of my cat in my pants. Clearly, I was pantsless.
Because you only have one pair of pants.
Actually, yeah.
Which your cat wears at home. That's a good thing.
I'm an artist. What makes you think I can afford more than one pair of pants?
I know the struggle.
Oh, Samaj. Speaking of that, the fucking money came in today.
Oh,
Remind me,
fantastic.
I can send you yours.
I'll be sure to do that. Maybe not today because it's your birthday. You do your shit. I'll remind you
Yeah.
later.
We'll figure it out though. It's there. It's in my hands now, and it can go to all the appropriate places.
Gotcha.
You can finally pay off the fucking funeral home.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
At least they seem to
the
have
wife
been good.
also says happy birthday, Schmeckel.
Thank you,
And then
Vanilla Bear.
Then there's the 10,000 people saying, "Oh my God, are you that young?" I just wanted to rub it in a bit. Smell, you're beautiful.
Yeah, a lot younger than most people think.
My God, you don't look it.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I remember the first time you ever got your camera on. I think it was because your dad was pressuring you to do it, like the right cunt that he is.
Oh fuck! I remember that stream. We had my dad came to visit. He was drunk as shit. It's the only cunt stream I've ever taken down.
I think he was like he was hitting on, missing on, and she was laughing for the most part, but after a while it just got cringy. It's like, oh God, stop it, old man.
Really, really bad.
Yeah, and he was calling us out like, oh, how come you all talking through a cartoon? Just show your face already. What are you, cowards? Oh
yeah, Samaj, show your face, you fucking coward.
No.
Show us your dick. Don't be gay.
Yeah, faggot.
What? Yeah, I think that's like no.
You fucking faggot. Just show us your monkey dick.
I'm not showing my monkey dick.
Yeah, come on, man.
No.
Show your cat on your
Samaj,
dick.
you're an artist. You can make it as big as you want. You don't need to be realistic.
What do you think I'm busily scribbling at right now?
Just draw a bigger dick on your dick. No one will see the difference.
Schmeckle, didn't you want me to come on the cunt stream to speak to one of your new hosts or whatever?
Yeah, Brockus was supposed to show up. He was very eager to suck your dick, but
Brockus has to stop sucking everyone's dick. He has his mouth full of cum. You don't know what he's saying anymore.
Well, he needs to swallow then.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna write that.
I remember when the first time you and I talked, and it was when you were having that party there when Sinatra and Miss Misa was there, and you're all getting drunk. And yeah, that was interesting. But here's the thing. I know you from Twitter. I actually never got a chance to watch any of your videos. I mean, he had the camera on. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And why does he keep telling me to draw art for him? And then I'm like, oh, it's it. Oh, yeah, we talked before. Okay.
Yeah, well, I tend to shout at people, and I tend to get even worse when I've had a few. So.
Also, Reading Rand sends $2 to say happy birthday to you, Schmeckel.
I appreciate the money and the happy birthday, especially the money though.
Yo, so this is your birthday stream. I forgot all about this. I really did.
It's not really a birthday stream. It's just a stream on my birthday. I got nothing to do for another 2 hours or so.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate our streams, and I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing. So thank you very much for having me on the cunt stream, guys. I always appreciate it.
Yep.
I appreciate being thought of. And
see, I didn't surprise you with any blood sports.
And you didn't try to shaft me in the shitter without even giving me a reach around. So thank you very much for that.
You always get a reach around first.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Schmeckle. Always a pleasure, guys, and I'll see you later.
Take care.
See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Also, before I came on this stream, I was busily getting off to some erotic fan fictions of my anime waifus. But then I saw the link and went, oh, I guess I'm obligated to come here. All right. But now Lo-Fi's here. And I finished happily.
Yay! I can do
So Samaj, did you end up getting those cadunt titties drawn up?
No, I got too busy doing some other things. So I have a few things on the back order.
Fucking pervert, Samaj.
I'm quite happy that I'm getting more requests for titties, so that's always fun.
Yeah, you get to draw tits. I'm sure you're not telling the truth when you say you don't get off to them. It's a win for everybody.
Well, not to my drawings.
You've never gotten off to one of your own drawings.
No.
What? Why?
It's different when you make it yourself.
No, it's not.
Well,
I'm easily satisfied. I just have to draw one dick and I'm set for a night.
Yeah, no, it's different for me. I don't know. I can visualize it if it's someone else's drawing. It's fine. I can do it, but I can't do it when it's one of mine. Also, Opal's in the chat. Should we bring her in here on the talk of anime titties?
Yeah, sure. Bring in Opal. I'll be right back. Samaj, Lo-Fi, entertain people.
I'll entertain people about
Oh
titties.
god, that's tough.
Okay. So this avatar you got right now, that's the same guy who did the body pillow drawing, or is it just a
that's
close-up?
the same guy who did the pre-fuck body pillow drawing and then the after-con body pillow drawing, and then he made this for me just out of nowhere.
That's fine. He probably has fun drawing the pictures.
That's what I gather with what he says. He has fun.
Oh, okay.
And I'm fine with that because it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's still taking me a while to get used to your accent there.
It's okay, Samaj. I can change it for you.
No, that's okay. You just stick to the normal one.
Hello, Samaj. It's me, Lo-Fi. I'll do this for you for the rest of the show because I know you like it.
Never do that. Never do that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hello?
Oh, God.
Hey, Opal.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Opal. Well, thanks for yesterday.
Yeah.
How you doing there, Opal?
I'm good. I just made lunch and the baby passed out, so I guess he's not gonna eat lunch.
Oh, what'd you make for lunch?
Fish
fingers.
sticks. Yeah.
The healthy food for a good growing family. Looks
I
like
didn't
breaded
screw it
turds.
up. I followed the directions.
Oh my god, you could put them in the oven and take them out in time. Oh my god, you're getting so good at cooking.
Well, you also have to take them out, flip them, and then put it back in.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
I didn't screw it up, okay?
Wahoo! That's so fun. I'm just glad to see steady improvement in your cooking on Twitter, going from microwave steak to fish fingers.
Oh, I should make fish steak tonight. What do I have? I have a tuna steak in the freezer.
Microwave fingers.
Some a pound of chicken and a frozen hash brown.
Oh, okay. And
Sounds
reading Ren, yes. I mean, sometimes I do think of tits when I think of Opal.
Oh, yeah. It looks like I'm hiding my knees in there.
Yeah, it does. It totally does.
Because I know I'm so small. I know how small I am. So it looks like I'm trying to fake it.
How tall are you again? 1'4"?
The Maj
I'm
artwork,
5 feet
Opal, and
tall.
you went with that avatar.
What?
You have Samaj artwork, and you chose that avatar.
It's
Who the
it's
fuck drew that?
adorable. Have you
It's
seen it's
adorable.
adorable. It's fucking cute.
I used
Oh
a
my
watercolor.
God.
It totally
brush.
sells the idea that she's like 4 years old.
You can read this one, Samaj.
I see the super chat. Reading Ren, $2. I want. It sucks because she knows what I have to do afterwards.
Ew.
I want Samaj to say, "Titty fuck me, Opal." Oh.
Ah, ah, ah.
Is that how you moan, Opal?
Ah.
Beautiful.
Does ranch dressing go on fish fingers?
Yeah.
Ranch dressing
Okay.
goes in every.
Okay, I bought my first bottle of ranch dressing
Fish
ever.
fingers are not food, so anything goes.
I bought my first bottle of ranch dressing.
Oh my god. Oh, you're 12 years old. I love it.
White people and their amazing food like ranch dressing.
You're old enough to buy booze, and you just bought ranch dressing for the first time.
Yeah, how does that work?
We had a guy in the stream the other day saying that it's like age of consent, like to buy booze and stuff is like, what, 25 or something in some states? It's fucking crazy.
I thought it was 21 across the board.
Well, that's what I thought. But maybe
I thought it was 21 across the board too.
Maybe. Oh, hold on a second, I'll be right back.
How did I Google ranch dressing looking for that?
It's just there's so many options of alcohol. I got intimidated and I left, or they don't believe me and don't serve me. So I just bought some ranch dressing. It's cheaper than alcohol.
I would buy alcohol for you.
Thank you.
You have a fucking
I don't
ID.
even know what to buy. It's just so many
Use
options.
the ID, and they'll sell it to oh, what do you like? Do you like fruity shit?
Don't know.
Do you like fucking?
No one has sold her, Eddie. She's never been allowed to buy.
I've never had alcohol before.
Oh my god.
Opal, do you like juice?
Yeah, juice is fine.
You like the small one with the straw, where you like little pack juice? A juice box. Do you like those?
Do you not have juice boxes in Finland? You're like, what's the word with the straw and the juice?
Could it be because English is not my language in my country? I'm not from Finland. I'm from Denmark.
Wait, but you said you were Finnish.
She's Dutch.
I've never said I was Finnish.
Then who is Finnish?
On what
Somebody
stream?
else.
What the fuck?
Somebody said you were Finnish.
What the fuck? Was it yesterday?
Finlandin.
I understand what Finnish is, and I live right next to them.
Somebody told me you were Finnish. Whatever people from Finland are called.
It's called Finnish. But maybe they told you I was Finnish with something like that.
I don't know, but do they not have juice boxes in Dutchland?
No, we drink mead.
Mead? What's a mead?
That's
honey, all they drink in Dutch.
Honey alcohol. That's what we drink in Dutchwania.
Oh, that sounds kind of good. I like coffee. Can you put alcohol in coffee?
Yes.
Yeah.
An Irish coffee. Pretty good one.
I don't know. I just like things that taste good, and alcohol doesn't seem like it tastes all that good.
But you have never bought any.
Huh?
Also, I think someone said lo-fi was finished after masturbating, so that might be the confusion.
Yeah, that could be
a
it.
Sex pun. Oh, this fish is actually pretty good. No wonder Roy eats this stuff. I should get some chips.
You just made fish fingers without anything.
I didn't want to make it overly complicated and throw up, okay?
Throw the fries in on the same pan after you're almost done with the fish fingers.
I was scared. They were sizzling in the oven, okay?
I'm gonna come by and teach you how to cook. My mother.
I'm gonna come by you how to throw a noose over the fucking boards. Jesus Christ. We were worried about Zell. It's Opal that should be killing herself.
Zell is killing himself for other reasons. As soon as he finds that gun.
I'm honestly surprised I've lived this long.
Yeah, we're all surprised you lived this long.
I've literally been set on fire. I've been hit by a ceiling fan, electrocuted, stabbed.
What?
Stabbed myself.
I
I've
did.
been in the ER so many times. I'm so surprised.
Why did you got lit on fire? What did you do?
Oh, my hair caught on fire because I leaned over a birthday candle.
Okay.
I have a lot of hair.
And very little brain.
Beep, 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 beep. Well, at least my brain is bigger than my boobs.
Yeah, okay, I can join in on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna wrap this up here because we made the mistake of inviting Opal, and now
People are giving me
Now I'm
alcohol
sad.
recipes in the chat.
Lost.
all right. Let's see what we got here. Kahlua and coffee. Fuck you, Green Badger Outdoors. That's garbage. Bailey's. Akio, are you talking just Bailey's by itself? Because that's gross. Mortimus coffee plus creamer plus Bailey's. Yeah, take away the creamer and sure. Fireball and Sprite. Cinnamon cream. Sure, maybe. Spiced rum and Coke. Yeah, there. Mortimus has some decent ideas.
I've heard
everyone else.
Fireball before.
Yeah, Fireball. It's cinnamon flavored. It's pretty gross.
So like it looks like it's in
well.
between Fireball and Bailey's.
Yeah, you'd probably like Bailey's. It's like a sweet, creamy type thing.
Ooh, I like sweet creamy things. Like frosting.
Yeah, it's like that with alcohol.
Yes, very,
So it's the frosting of alcohol?
Yeah, sure.
it's the frosting of alcohol. Well, we'll go with that.
All right. Well, when I get some extra money, I will try Bailey's. And I will have my first alcohol.
You can drink the whole bottle in one sitting. That's the traditional way to do it. It's like a beer. Just crack it open, drink the whole thing down, and then enjoy.
So
don't drink it on a warm.
Don't drink it on a warm day.
No, it's creamy.
If you want to puke, yes.
I live in fucking Texas. You realize it's like 100 degrees outside.
You'll
right
never get to drink Baileys at the correct temperature. Then.
I've only ever seen half a centimeter of snow in my life. It hasn't rained in 3 months.
Wow.
Well, then why the fuck are you buying booze? You need to stock up on water.
I have a faucet.
Yeah, and it's pumping out water for now. If it doesn't rain, you're gonna have a drought. Your whole family's gonna be fighting for the drips from the faucet, and you'll be sitting there with a bunch of bottled water in your bunker that you dug. You got to be prepared, Opal.
I know. After Harvey, we were very stocked up for water for a long time.
And then immediately once the disaster passed, you're like, hey, we don't need to stockpile this anymore. Let's waste it all.
Disasters never happen twice. That's the saying.
We have like two plastic gallon container thingies left.
Well, that's enough. For
a while. FEMA is still in my city for some reason, so that's interesting. Okay. Reading Red, do I need to adopt you? Yes, please adopt me and the baby. I need help adulting.
All right.
I don't think the water has fluoride. The water in my city has fluoride.
First of all, here's my cat.
Kitty!
Oh my god, it's a mash pussy.
Yeah, and there's the famous pants to go around. Hold on.
That's his pants?
That's Samaj's one pair of pants.
That's what's the cat called?
His name's Boo.
That's Boo's pairs of pants.
Why is he named Pooh?
Oh my god.
Boo. Boo. B-O-O.
Oh, hey Pooh.
I'm never getting over that. All right. Well, hold on a second. The reason why I got the the phone on. And the reason why I'm streaming right now is because I wanted to show you something there, Opal. I want to show you that I live in a place called Canada.
Are you going to show me snow? Am I going to see snow? Oh my god!
The true north, strong and free.
Oh my god, snow!
Samaj, this is gonna hurt. It's fucking beautiful out here.
I want you.
Not a single drop or flake of snow on the fucking ground.
Oh my god!
But why is it so heavily snowed in his area and yours doesn't even look cold?
Because Canada's pretty big.
I know it's big, but shouldn't you look at least cloudy, Smosh? I mean, Schmeckle? Puppy!
We got fucking blue skies right now. It's beautiful.
Your skies are completely blue. That's why I'm like, shouldn't you be cloudy? You guys aren't that far apart.
What's the dog called? What's your puppy called?
This is Mia. She's a little Pomeranian.
Oh, she's adorable.
She's a little... she's our little guard dog. Anyway.
Yeah, the Canadian guard dog. That's what...
Can she walk in the snow? Or does she disappear?
It depends on how high the snow is. And even then, she wouldn't do it. She's kind of a scared little coward.
Pussy.
I mean, yeah.
She's a pussy, but she's so cute.
She's a cutie.
Yeah.
Welcome to the country where I turned into look at animals.
I know, everybody left the country. Look at your nice floor. That's what a house looks like.
Well, we have to make it presentable. We have to make it presentable because we're trying to sell the place because we can't afford it. But, yeah.
Wait, I thought you only had one pair of pants.
There's a pee stain on your chair.
I don't know. Is that pee?
I think that's sweat from my ass.
Oh, it's cheek sweat. Swamp ass.
Butt sweat.
Swamp ass. Butt sweat. Schmeckle, are you vomiting?
No, I'm good.
I had a hiccup. And those are comic books.
Well, it's just a comic book.
And that's a naked lady.
Well, sort of.
Damn it.
That's X-Men #1?
Hold on a second. This is from Marvel. It's the True Believer line, which is like classic classic Marvel titles reprinted, and they only sell it like for $1.50.
Wow.
This is Jim Lee. If you're studying to do comics, study Jim Lee. All right. Because his stuff, it's like you're guaranteed to always have a job if you know how to draw like Jim Lee. All right.
Oh my god.
Also, best rogue ever. Fucking love this rogue.
Best design.
Also, Jean Grey was pretty good. There's a reason why a lot of guys like redheads, and it's because of fucking Marvel.
Yeah, somebody at Marvel had a fucking obsession with redheads.
Yeah, Marvel has a lot of obsession with redheads.
It's like Nickelodeon and feet.
Yeah. Nickelodeon and feet, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just Nickelodeon
One of the
approved.
producers of Nickelodeon has a foot fetish, and like a lot of the teen actors have like a foot scene. It's really weird.
Oh, that's true. I saw that. It used to be Nickelodeon and Goo, but now it's feet.
Goop and feet.
The hell's
That's a strange thing for a kids channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, why feet?
I don't know. Why does anybody do anything? Everybody likes their own weird thing.
I could ask the same thing to Quentin Tarantino, but I mean, he still makes a lot of money doing this shit. So I guess I'll let him do his thing.
Yeah, but
everybody
with Quentin,
has this their weird thing that they like.
No, it's because he's a fucking pervert. Yeah, he's got a fucking foot fetish, and he puts it into his fucking movies.
Somebody in the chat said the guy's name, Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider. Yeah. That's the guy who likes the feet.
You shouldn't be slipping your fucking fetishes into kids shows. That's not okay.
Had a foot scene, by the way. There's like multiple foot scenes in iCarly where they like draw on their toes.
There's too many. Yeah, and put condiments on them and stuff like fucking weird. And they zoom in on the toes. Dan Schneider, fucking, oh my god.
I don't understand foot fetishes.
No,
same.
they're one of the worst parts of the body. That's like having specifically an asshole fetish.
Hey, let's not kink shame,
Yeah.
okay?
Well, at least the asshole is close to the genitals.
And if you are adventurous, it is part of the genitals.
Well,
Yeah,
also,
it
I
doesn't mean it's not weird to have a fucking asshole fetish,
And-
or a fucking foot fetish. I don't like my
Doesn't
own
your
weird.
wife let you do anal whenever you want?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm specifically attracted to her asshole. Yeah, it's the type of thing I'll stick my dick in. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time looking at it.
No, you'll look at her face and her rib cage and her bones. I don't know, because you like them skinny.
They need to be very thin, yes.
apparently.
I'm not a man of larger lady.
I'm too fat for Schmeckle.
I think I am as well then.
And I'm like tiny.
Yeah, you're short though, and it makes you chubby.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm a correct weight for a woman, but I'm so short that my fat is kind of squished.
Hey, Schmeckle, I gotta turn my phone off in a bit here because I'm draining the battery here. I did want to say, because it's your birthday, and I think you're like 25, one of the things you should invest in now that you're getting super chat money, start taking your multivitamins. They sell them in gummies now.
Gummies!
All right?
I actually have a jar of gummy vitamins.
Oh my
2 a
god,
day.
that's adorable.
2 a day. 2 a day. Only 2 a day. Guy, I know they're delicious, but yeah.
Yeah, I will invest in some
Also-
vitamins.
Also some fish oil if you can.
I actually
I'm
think
not
it's the
getting
fish
any
oil.
fucking
Smudge
fish
is
oil.
reminding me. to
Fish
get
oil is
fish
so
oil.
good for you, Smeggle. You should just.
Oh wait,
squeeze the
I don't
fish.
need fish oil because I'm eating
Get
fish
those
fingers.
fucking fish oil burps.
No, Opal,
You
that's.
get those fucking
I don't
burps.
need
I hate
fish oil
that.
because I have fish fingers.
You have to eat real fish, not fish fingers, Opal.
Well, it says it's real fish.
Yeah, but it's processed fish. It's just all that is removed to put into pills.
And it tastes like it was a meat.
Pretty good. And you know, it's quality fish.
Quality fish. God damn. But yeah, no. Good for health. Do that.
Not fucking touching the fish oil pills.
It,
I
right? It
remember
doesn't
when-
taste like
You're
fish oil.
20. Oh my god, you're so close to my age. I just
No.
realized that. We're only
No.
5 years apart.
Apparently. No, I know what you're saying there, Schmeckle, with the fish burps. I get you. I understand. That's why you're supposed to take it with food.
Okay.
Yeah. If you take it
Yeah,
with
see,
food,
I remember one time in high school. There was this kid I didn't like, and he always smelled really bad. And he'd get made fun of for it all the time. And we ended up, a couple of us went to talk to him, and we had the little fish oil pills with holes poked in it. And while we were talking to him, we were just like spraying little streams of this fish shit all over him. And if he fucking smelled bad before, he smelled terrible after
Oh
this.
my god!
Why are you so mean?
Wow, you fucking butthole.
I was 15. This was a
That's-
decade ago. But yeah, I can't fucking do it after that. Just the fucking smell of this kid after that. He reeked of fucking fish.
Well, maybe you
Haunting.
should have been a bully, and now your health will be affected in the future.
Because that's karma, and that it's totally legit.
Now you're definitely gonna get arthritis.
Yeah, I will probably get arthritis as punishment. Yes.
You won't be able to use your bong because your arthritis will just hurt so much.
Oh no! Oh, Opal, don't be mean.
Very mean.
Don't threaten a guy like that.
look. Opal has been the bunt of like most jokes around these streams. I think she has the right to be mean.
Of course she does.
Opal has
Captain
never
just
been
gets
made
steppy.
fun of on the cunt stream. Or on premature vivification. I mean.
So you're gonna
This
be a
is
liar,
different thing.
arthritis riddled old person. That's what you are. Just a lying, arthritis riddled old person.
That could very well be it. If it helps Opal, I feel bad for it. I feel bad that we did that mean thing 10 years ago. I'm sure the kid is doing quite well today.
Unless he killed
maybe.
himself.
Yeah, I'll look it up later. I don't remember hearing that he killed himself, so I think we're good.
Well, I think Canada has better mental health resources than the U.S., so he's probably okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
We're okay here. I don't think we're great. I think we're okay.
You're better than the U.S.
Most things are. In the Western world, No, that's not true. You're way better than Germany.
You guys
and
also
stuff like
have
that.
low literacy rates, though.
Yeah,
Like,
we
for a first world country, you guys have surprisingly low literacy rates.
yeah,
Canada?
literacy in Canada, it's our little shameful little secret. It's not that good. And our education system has definitely failed us.
I know why. It's because you guys use fucking Zed.
That has nothing to do with
Nope,
it.
that's why your literacy rates are so poor. It's because you use Zed.
Are you honestly telling me that the fact that we say correct letters is the reason why we're so illiterate? Are you fucking insane, woman?
Yeah, it's Zed and the fact that you hog all of the snow. You hog all the snow, you Yeti lovers. I would like some snow, but I can't because it's all stuck in Canada.
Yeti lovers, like that's uncalled for racism, Opal. All right, that's uncalled for.
I want snow, but I can't because the Yeti lovers hog all the snow and syrup. I've never had real syrup before.
He's in school for physics and he's doing great.
What?
He's in school for physics and he's doing great. His life looks amazing.
Oh my god, did you honestly just feel guilty all of a sudden? Like,
I took a quick look at his Facebook to make sure he wasn't dead. He's doing great in life.
so he has a wife and he's doing great financially and education wise. And he's the same age as No,
I don't know if he has a wife or anything, but he looks to be doing well with money and education.
Good.
He's also become quite good looking.
Oh, that's good. I hope he worked on the smell. Maybe he figured out it was probably a hormonal thing.
Did you try sending him a friend request and apologize to him profusely for your behavior?
Yeah.
I don't have Facebook. I just took a quick look at what was available publicly.
Well, if you
he'd be doing great.
If you don't have a Facebook, then you might as well set up some time and that's just make a Cuntstream Facebook account.
I tried doing that for Schmeckle. It got taken down pretty quick.
I like
Really?
the chat.
Yeah.
Opal, it's Maple Ape. I'm gonna write that down, actually. I'm writing down Maple Ape for later.
Oh, that's a good one. Maple Ape.
Maple Ape? I mean,
Maple Apes of the North.
That's
an erotic trilogy.
Exactly.
It just makes you sound creepy and someone you want to lick on, Smash. So it's a compliment.
Opal, you're in Texas. That's why you don't get snow. Move, damn it. Just because I live close to the equator at the beach doesn't mean I don't deserve snow.
God damn it. I'm gonna mute myself for a little bit. I have to run off and take care of some things because we have a house showing, so I gotta do some cleanup.
Yeah, we're actually gonna wrap this. So we had Irate Bear, and then there's Lo-Fi, Samaj, and then some child walked into the studio, and
a depressed guy.
Oh yes, and Zell was here. He made us all sad, and I hope Zell's in a safe place right now. Check in later. We might have a stream tonight. We might not. Depends when I'm done with shit. 11 EST if we do. Get the fuck out of here, cunts. Go watch some blood sports.